So the first thing we're going to do is grab our largest brush. Once you grab that, we're going to dip it into our light blue, then start to paint your background. Once you're done painting your background, I want you to take your brush and clean it all the way. Be sure to dry it with your napkin. Dip your brush into the white acrylic paint and we're going to begin painting our whole llama white. Once we're done applying the white to the llama, we're going to grab our brush and grab a little bit of the white, place it on a paper plate. We're going to little bit of the black, place that onto the white on your paper plate. And we're going to begin to mix that all together. You want to make sure that the color you're getting is a light gray. Clean your brush before you use the gray. Now I want you to lightly dab your brush onto your gray paint and start to put light strokes onto the llama. What we're working on is to make hair strokes on your llama. With the same brush that we're using, we're going to dip it into the gray paint that we made and start to fill in our llama's nose. You're going to notice the shape resembles an egg, so just fill your whole nose in. Once you're done filling the nose, I want you to go ahead and clean that brush off. The next thing we're going to do is add some highlights to our llama's ears. We're going to make a light pink. So what I want you to do is grab a little bit of the pink, dip it on your paper plate, grab a little bit of the white, and start to mix the pink and the white together. You're going to notice it's going to make a light pink. Start to add light strokes with the light pink into the llama's ears, just like I'm doing. Now we're going to take the same brush that we're using, dip it into the dark pink, and start to paint a heart right on the llama's nose. Go ahead and clean that brush off. The next color we're going to use is black. Now I want you to draw 2 little lines right underneath the heart nose that we just drew. We'll start off by adding 1 little line right underneath the heart. And then start to curve right to the left. And then grab a little more paint and do the same thing on the other side and start to curve it to the right. Now we're going to paint a U shape right underneath the 2 lines that we just made and connect them. The next thing we're going to go ahead and do is start to paint the llama's eyes. Take your time while you do this and just follow the shape that you see on your canvas. Once you're done, start to paint the llama's eyelashes. Take your time because you want to make sure that these strokes are very thin to resemble eyelashes. Awesome, you're doing a great job. Now go ahead and clean that brush off. Dip your brush in the pink paint and we're going to start painting in the flowers on top of our llama's halo. We're going to go ahead and clean our brush off and go to the next color for our halo. Now we're going to dip our brush into our yellow paint and do the same thing. You're doing a great job. Now go ahead and clean that brush off one more time. The next color we're going to do is orange. Now dip it into the orange and do the same thing. Fill in that little circle. Go ahead and clean that brush off again. Now we're going to take some of our purple paint and fill in our other little flower on our halo. And once we're done filling that in, go ahead and clean that brush off. Now we're going to dip our brush into the dark blue and fill our tiny little flower. And make sure you do a little wiggle with it to resemble a flower shape. Go ahead and clean that brush off one more time. The next color we're going to get is white. I want you to grab a little bit and just put one dot right on the llama's eyes I'm doing in the painting. And then grab a little more paint, just a little bit, and put another dot right on the llama's eye. Now we want to add detail to our flower halo. So go ahead and do little wiggles with the white paint right on each flower as I'm doing in the painting. And always remember that a little paint goes a long way. So all you need is a little bit of white paint and go ahead and wiggle all over the flower. Now, with the same brush that we've been using, I want you to grab that brush and grab a little bit of the light blue, place it on your paper plate. Then we're going to grab a little bit of the yellow and place it on our paper plate and begin mixing those two colors together. You're going to notice with those two colors, we're going to make green. Now we want to add detail to our llama's flower halo, and we're going to add 3 brush strokes of the green paint right in between our flowers. Go ahead and clean that brush off. Our brush into the white paint, and I want you to dip it a little bit into the water and start to draw little circles. We want the paint very translucent to resemble bubbles on our llama's background. And just like that, you're all done. I hope you had fun painting with Splash Labs, and we can't wait to see your creation.